I want to share with you something, what I'm going to call Ask Indiana. Now, for me personally, I live in Florida, but several months ago, I signed on for an event in a few weeks that I'm going to go through Indianapolis International Airport to get to this destination in Illinois. And Indianapolis was the closest airport. Now, with these new events, this religious freedom, this is a problem for not just gay people, but any people. And I'll give you an example with my personal case. I'm going through Indianapolis Airport. I'm going to rent a car, and then I'm going to drive out of the state. Obviously, I can't stop at a restaurant or anything because I might be refused. I understand that. But can they refuse to rent me a car? Can they refuse when I come back to check me in? Or you know, the TSA agent said, you're against my religion. I'm just not going to check you. You can't go on the flight today. That's serious concern. And it's serious for business, not all businesses. Because what if the airline ticket agent just says, you know what, you're against my religion, and walks away and just doesn't check you in? It could happen, theoretically, under their new law. It's maybe not the company's policy, but since we haven't challenged that line yet, everybody should be calling and asking these questions on social media, on the phone. I mean, actually pick up the phone and call, tweet, get on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, however you contact your favorite companies, and ask them. Let's say you happen to be staying at a Marriott in Indianapolis, or Hilton, or whatever, any hotel. Call and ask, can I be refused service by any of your employees? What's your policy? What's your corporate policy, and what's your local policy now that the law has changed? And by doing this and revving up the volume that these large companies are going to have to answer this question over and over and over and over and over again, perhaps then they're going to put a little pressure on Indiana to knock it off, because who wants to keep answering the same question? But if you don't get the question answered, then you have nothing to fall back on in case you do get discriminated against when you show up in the state of Indiana or any other state that starts this kind of law. Just my thought. I hope everybody spreads the idea around. However you spread it around, spread it on Facebook, spread it on YouTube, spread it on Snapchat, whatever you do. This is a very, very good idea. It doesn't take much time, and it will get a lot of attention because this is important. Who needs to go on a business trip or, you know, some kind of event like I planned months ago and have it disrupted just because you happen to have to go through the state of Indiana? Or what if your plane runs out of gas and you have to land because there's bad weather wherever else you're going to go, and now you're stuck in Indiana? What do you do? These are important things because Indiana is like right in the middle of the country, so there's planes flying over that state all day long. So you got to ask your airline, well, can I be, you know, if my plane lands and we happen to land unscheduled in Indiana, can people start refusing me service or refuse me a hotel or refuse to rent me a car or whatever? And what are you going to do about it if they do? How can we remedy it? That way, you're armed and you're ready for any eventuality. Now, obviously, with small business, they're going to make up their own mind. But when it comes to large business, that's a whole different monster because they have national policies or international policies that they're going to have to follow. But are there employees that work in Indiana exempt from that now? And if they do choose to act upon their religious values, how is the company, the corporation, going to make it right? this really is an important question that no one bothered to ask. So I think we should all start asking for it as soon as possible. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.